All right. So let's talk a little bit about today why local marketing may feel hard. It's not like you can just throw up an e-commerce where you can just throw up Facebook ads, Google ads, or maybe somebody's wanting to buy a new face lotion or potentially some new shoes. I want to kind of teach some theory here behind of why local marketing might feel broken and some ideas of how you can fix it and what we do for local businesses. So here's going to be a straightforward guide to building a marketing system that actually works for small businesses. So let's talk about the real cost of random acts of marketing. So let's talk about maybe too many small businesses are told to just run some ads. This leads to common frustration problems like Facebook ads that lead to random generic websites that might feel clunky, Google ads that point to a bad page with no clear message. So maybe it's misguided or very unclear of what you're actually selling and what your service that you're providing. It could also be slow, where maybe your SEO has bad loading page speed. So that's something to consider. And also, there's no easy, obvious action for them to take as a customer. The result of this is more than just wasted money. It's constant frustration and a pipeline of missed opportunities. So let's talk about stop chasing tactics and start building a system. So what does that mean? Effective local marketing isn't about finding one magic bullet. It's about creating a simple, powerful engine that works tirelessly to turn local awareness into profitable customers. So instead of throwing marketing spaghetti at a wall and hoping it sticks, here's going to be a simple way of how you can reach a cold audience, turn them into a trusted audience, and maybe a warm that they start seeing you up, and then when they're ready to buy, they actually are you're the first person that they think of. So here's what it is. The first thing you need to do is build a local presence. So this is a three-stage system designed for the real world. After you build your presence, then you're going to go to capture customer intent. You're either getting information from them, potentially down the road you might be getting anyway like a lead magnet, a quote. Just being able to be found is the whole point. Is when it's really important for stage two to happen. And then once they know who you are, it's going to be super easy for them to convert into interest because they're interested in needing a service right now. So let's talk about how you can build consistent local presence. So one way that you can guarantee that you're going to hit locally is with direct mail. It's not where you're filtering an audience on Facebook, or when you're going to Google and let's say you're a hauler, but you accidentally type in hauling and you forgot to put out a negative keyword that says you don't do junk removal, but instead you haul gravel and stuff like that. So that can be a misclick. There's also click fraud. So the great thing about direct mail is it's 100% targeted and it's going to go right directly to your area. There's not a way that it's going to end up on somebody's phone, especially if they're using a VPN. If somebody's using a VPN, then you can basically their ad will show up. Like we have Starlink, for example, and we get ads because our satellite is actually pinging a tower in Utah. So we get ads for State Farm insurance agents when we're watching like Peacock, and then they come up on there, and dealerships also that pop up there as well. So it's a way to just be super targeted locally. So what do we recommend? So let's start with what is every door direct mail? It's EDDM, and it's how you can be seen without a massive budget. So targeted direct mail can cost a ton of money because you're targeting a specific demographic. So EDDM is actually a form of indirect advertising, and we'll talk about it a little bit more, but it's a great way to actually reach out to a cold audience without having a list. You are using somebody else's list, and that list is through USPS. They've got a list of all the addresses and a specific mailing route, and guess what? Your business can be put in there at a fraction of the cost that targeted mailing is. It lets you, this is direct mail that functions as powerful indirect advertising, like I talked about. It lets you consistently show up in front of real people in your service area, and it's the best way to get real exposure when you don't have thousands to dump into digital ads. And you're going to get seen in mailboxes. On average, this is a pretty cool fact, on average, each mailbox for a U.S. resident on average gets 2 to 3 pieces of mail a day. So imagine getting a nice, colorful postcard featuring your business on it, And you do it consistently, because this has to be something done consistently so that you build trust. And when somebody's ready to buy, you're the first person they think of. So, because this is a cold audience, so you have to build the trust first. Because if they see you once and they don't need you, guess what? It's cold. I mean, there's no point. But they will need your service. I guarantee it. It's inevitable that life happens. So, just think of it that way. Okay. Be remembered when they're ready to buy, like we talked about. Indirect advertising is about going viral. It's about being consistent enough to be remembered. You get your name out there repeatedly, so when someone has a need, you are the first business they think of. This is super important, guys. 100% of your ad dollars are going to your local community. I talked a little bit earlier about how some ads, if somebody's in a VPN, can end up somewhere. Maybe keywords are not correct on a Google Ads. Maybe the audience is too broad that you're targeting on Facebook. But if you use direct mail, remember this: 100% of your ad dollars are going to your local community. 2. Stage 2. Capture high intent customers on Google. So let's say that we have started to generate an audience and some cold leads, and we're getting some traffic from the mailers that we started doing. Once people know you exist, you need to be easily found when they have a problem. Google is where customers go when they are actively trying to solve a problem. It is search-based intent. So if somebody gets on Google, and let's say they're looking to have an HVAC repairman come out and fix their furnace, they're not going to type in balloons and get an HVAC company. It does not work like that. So if you have somebody typing in an HVAC company or furnace repair, you want to be the first person at the top of that map pack on Google. The starting point: you don't need a massive SEO agency to start. You begin with a Google business profile. Google is the #1 website in the world, and Google will favor its features first. So you've got sponsored ads, and then you've got Google business profiles with map packs, and then after that you've got basically title pages of websites that are winning in SEO. But guess what? You don't have to have a big SEO agency if you can beat them in a map pack, and that's how you win locally. So make sure that when you build your Google business profile, you fill it out completely, you post on it and stay active, and most importantly, you have to get reviews. Negative ones obviously will impact if you have really bad service, but that's not what we're aiming for. We're absolutely aiming for some exceptional service here. So don't review gate and stop people from leaving a review, but try to get as many reviews as you can. 4 and 5, 5 highly recommended. Push them, give them a call to action, give them a QR code, send them a text message, an email, any way that you can ask for a review, because that is how you're going to rank #1 on the #1 website for a keyword. This is why Google leads are your best leads. Every lead from Google has intent. What's the explanation? These aren't random people scrolling through social feed. Like I said, if someone searches plumber, they're actively trying to solve a plumbing problem. They are hot leads. Like I explained before, the free SEO secret: most searchers skip paid ads and go straight to the top map listings. By optimizing your profile and getting reviews, you earn free placement in front of the highest quality leads. Free placement. Google ads are expensive. Here's a way to beat Google ads. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably skipped a sponsored ad. I almost guarantee that you have, and you went straight to a map pack or a couple websites below there. Stage 3. So let's talk about what to do after you're #1 on Google. So you're going to turn clicks into customers. When people find you on Google, it is a way to drive people to your website, and that's how they're going to get there. This is the final and most crucial step. The problem with most websites is they're boring, they're confusing, they're slow brochures that fail to convert visitors. So let's say before you had something clunky, gross, looking nasty, and something just despicable that you should feel bad that you built. But the goal is you need a website that actually sells. It must immediately answer 4 key questions for any visitors. #1, who are you? #2, what do you do? 3, why should I trust you? And 4, how can I work with you? Your website is the address for the party. So here's an example. This is what's going to kind of make all this come together and why you need them all together. If you tell everyone you're throwing a party but never give them the address, nobody's showing up. And why is that so important? Websites have to have traffic driven to them. You don't magically just start getting customers if you aren't driving people to it. So let's say you like this the example, you're throwing the party, but guess what? If you gave nobody the address, nobody's coming. That's just how it works. So why would it be important to rank number 1 on Google? So you can drive traffic to your website. That's how awesome it is. You use the number 1 website, which people are using. I think 80% of users in the world are using Google. So imagine if you used their audience to drive to your website. That's how you have to think about it. A website with no clear direction is the exact same thing. Give your customers what they need to say yes. So let's say they make it to the website, and why it has to be very good for them, because not everybody likes to get on the phone. So you want to have a website to give the person who doesn't like being on the phone a clear course of next steps to take to work with you. So a great way to collect customer information for a new lead, a chat widget for instant questions, an online booking calendar for easy scheduling, whether it's a free quote, an audit, an online booking, anything like that. You also need to clearly define your services and pricing. This will help with SEO. Just be super upfront, try to answer every question so that they can turn into a customer. Some things like repairs are hard to do that. However, you can still guide them to book a call for a free quote or anything like that. And then make sure you use a clean, modern, mobile-friendly design. A lot of business owners miss the mobile-friendly design and they lack in page speed. So that's something you want to be aware of when you're building your website for your small business. Here is the biggest takeaway that I want you to take away if you're watching this video. Marketing isn't something you do only when things are good. Marketing is what keeps the doors open. It's so true. We can talk a little bit about what this means. First thing, if you're doing a small business and you want to generate leads, you got to reinvest money. You have to take the money that you make and put it back into marketing. I would say at least 10% to get started, and then until you figure out what marketing is working for you. Now, and once you start taking it seriously, you'll start to see leads generating from a lot of places. So what we've essentially set up here is a 3-tier system of ways to drive leads. So let's say you've got your cold audience for indirect advertising with direct mail. And then let's say they've seen your direct mail and then they go to Google when they don't have your direct mail piece around anymore. And you show up number 1 on Google. Guess what? They're probably going to book with you. And let's say they made it through the direct mail piece and then they made it to Google and they still weren't confident in the decision they made, but they know of you and they trust you and they're going to click on your website to learn more about you. Maybe you've got testimonies on there. Maybe you've got an awesome service page, just chat widget they can talk to or direct line. All those things are great. But then your website finishes the sale. So that's why you need all 3 of these lead generation tools to make sure that you capture the lead, because everybody has a different stage that they're going to buy at. So make sure that you're taking your marketing seriously, you're investing, and you're using these strategies. So the complete engine and how it works for you 24/7. I know we just kind of talked about this. 1 is the presence. People have to know who you are. This is why you have to find a way to reach a cold audience. If you don't have a list, guess what? You got to go cold. That's the only way people are going to know who you are. So you use direct mail, which is EDDM, which is a fraction of the cost of buying actual targeted lists. But it is cold, so the whole point is not to drive ROI, it's to drive brand exposure. So EDDM builds consistent awareness in your community. And then the intent, so when the need arises, customers search on Google and find your top rated profile. So let's say you're a profile with 5 reviews and you got maybe a 3.5 star rating. Yeah, I'm probably not going to click on that Google account. But let's say that you've got an account that's got 500 5-star ratings and you've got a 4.9. Yeah, you look a lot more trusted. You put like a lot of people have been pleased with the customer service and the service that you provide. They're going to go with you over the 3.5 little guy. His business sucks. All right, and the last conversion. So let's say that, like I said, they make it through EDDM, they're cold, then they make it through intent-based because now they've got some trust, they see you, they see that now you've got a lot of credibility, a lot of testimonials. Maybe that's not enough for them. They go to your website and they see how awesome you are, what you provide, the quality of your work, how they can work with you. Your high converting website is going to make it effortless for them to book a job or become a customer. That's how the system works. If you don't have a list, here's an easy way to get a list and to target 100% locally. And then once you go that, you use the number one website in the world to funnel people to your own real estate, which is your website. And that's an easy way to think about local marketing. So from marketing chaos to predictable control. On the left-hand side, we've got chaos. Chaos, which is wasted ad spend on low intent clicks, unpredictable lead flow, consistent frustration and guesswork, a website that's just an online brochure. Or we can have a controlled system, targeted investment in your local area, which is direct mail, a steady pipeline of high intent leads, and then a clear, logical, and repeatable system. A website that actively generates business. This is a system, guys. I just showed you the three steps how you can grow your business today. This isn't magic, it's a system. This is a simple, logical path to help small businesses grow. It's a clear system that makes sense and works in the real world, turning local presence into predictable profit. Remember, guys, you have to have a system for lead generation. This right here that I presented is a really simple, affordable way to go about generating cold leads. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll also put a contact in the email. If you guys have any questions, reach out. I want to help you guys grow. This is just one of the small strategies I recommend, but this is a great funnel. And right here, you've got 3 ways of generating leads. And the first 2 I would 100% implement on is direct mail and Google Business Profile, because you don't even need a website. But trust me, when you throw on that website, this thing starts pumping out money. It's predictable. So like I said, if you have any questions, just reach out in the comments or shoot an email over. Love to help.